Good morning, everybody. I'm Jesse with Three Little Goats Homestead, and it's a soggy day. Right, Dabby? So it's been raining on and off for the last few days, and I'm like super happy with it. Grass is greening up. Means we can get nice and fresh grass for the cows. Hopefully it actually grows because it's getting close to winter and fall and all that. I think we're in fall, but we got some stuff to do because we're about to get some pigs. And I've been neglecting the whole situation. So, all right. So we're back in the shop, and we're going to be working on this. This is our pig watering system. It's got a pig watering nipple, and it holds quite a bit of water. Not much to it. So what I need to do is go ahead and put some more silicone around the base of it so it doesn't leak, and also reattach the, I guess it would be the hinge thing, so we can do our best to keep the squirrels out. And I'm saying that from experience. We've actually had squirrels fall into our watering tanks that we use for the boys, the goats. And yeah, it was pretty bad. They had couldn't figure out why they weren't drinking anything, and then you take a whiff and you could smell, well, squirrel soup. So we've got to put a new hinge on that, and hopefully we can keep critters out of it. So let me get you set up on that tripod, and we'll get this going. Alrighty, so I'm using this big old hinge right here. I don't like using that hinge because that's a really nice hinge. So eventually I'll go ahead and get some, I don't know, smaller hinges for this. And just take that hinge back and put that back in my stockpile of hinges. So that's got a nice new coat of silicone. Dabby. Alright, you, get out. Got a whole Dabby. Nice new coat of Dabby. It's like working with goats. Alright, so that's covered and ready to go. There, a lot better. So now what we're going to do next is, well, how would you say that? Piglet proof the, oh, it's starting to rain again. Piglet proof the holding area. We're going to go out there so you'll see what I'm saying. Alrighty, so we are at the location where we normally keep our pigs. And this is it. It's the center paddock that we have. Boy goats are over there. Girl goats are over there. And this is usually where we keep all the pigs. And we also put the girl goats and the boy goats. One male goat per paddock. And then we divide all the girls up, and they make future baby goats. So, but right now we need to focus on this. So we got a lot of this hog panel everywhere here, but I need to add another piece. That way it'll extend all the way over here, because we've had piglets go through this 4x4 sheep and goat. They just walk right through it like it's nothing. So I noticed there was a piece over there, and we're going to use it. Because if I don't have to buy anymore, yeah, it makes for a good day. Alright, now I got to get over there. So Snow's over there, and she's alerting the rest of the goats that I'm about to go into their pasture. Right, Snow? You keep it down, you. They're not very active right now, probably because of the rain, which they don't like the rain, but I absolutely love the rain right now. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and remove this. I don't know if you can see it. Let's go ahead and remove this hog panel and pull that out. This is where we used to keep, when we had a breeding trio, we would put a food dish in there, and that would keep Mama from getting the piglets food. But we don't have any mamas, so let's go ahead and just remove that while we're doing this. Get that moved over and get our other piece that's over there in that big old mess.
Got mason jars by the dozens on a shelf, old nails in a coffee can stacked with stealth, grandpa's boots and mama's pie tins, a rusted old swing still hanging in the wind. We ain't hoarding, we're preparing for a day when the world stops sharing. Old wire, spare tires, and a broken rake might just fix something we didn't know would break. We don't throw it out, we give it grace. We're just keeping it just in case. There's a tractor part from 92. Don't run, but it might if I jiggle that screw. Drawer full of keys, don't know what they fit, but I swear one day I'll need every bit. To some it's junk, to us it's gold. Ever you keeping it just in case. We ain't hoarding, we're preparing for a storm, a drought, or when life's not caring. Tin cans, oil pans, and an old suitcase. You'll thank us when you're in a pinch someday. We don't waste, we don't misplace. We're just keeping it just in case. Yeah, that clutter's got a purpose, can't you see? It's the heart of this old homesteading legacy. We ain't hoarding, we're preparing for a life worth building.
Alrighty, so we're at the other cattle panel. I don't even know how all those branches and stuff got on there, but I need it, so I gotta remove all this debris, drag its metally carcass over there. Hopefully it's 16 feet, because that's what I need. Gravy, you a good girl? Yeah, you're a good girl.
Old ropes, fence post, and a barbecue grate might come in handy, never too late. Call it clutter, call it space. We're just keeping it just in case. Just in case. Just in case. Yeah, just homesteading. We ain't hoarding, we're preparing for a life worth building and always sharing. Old ropes, fence posts, and a barbecue grate might come in handy, never too late. Call it clutter, call it space. We're just keeping it just in case. Yeah, just in case. We're just homesteading, nothing gone to waste.
Alright, so what I thought was a hog panel turned out to be a cattle panel. But it's the same spacing at the bottom. So maybe it's just a livestock panel. And it turns out I'm going to need just a little bit more. So luckily I've got some pieces of a panel over there. Hopefully I have something with the same spacing at the bottom. Let's go explore. Alrighty, we're out here where I keep all my scrap. And let me dig into this and see if I got something that'll work. Maybe those 4x4s will work, but I don't know. Let's see. Alright, so we found us a piece, and it's a small piece, but it'll definitely work. It just goes back to that whole thing about farmers and homesteaders turn into hoarders, and yep, hoarding actually paid off today. So let's get it back over there and install this piece. Alrighty, so we got all the panels up. All the way across. I think right there I'm going to have to put, oh look, there's a volunteer rock right there. Put that right there. They're just piglets, so they don't got the strength of the pigs, because pigs can do some serious damage. If they want to get out, they can get out. But right now they're going to be small, little footballs. So I'll just put that rock in that corner there, hope for the best. If not, then I'll adjust wire. And all we got to do now is close up that and attach it back, and then set up the water. Alrighty, so got the water tank installed. I can see the watering nipple right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's zoom in. How about that? So it sticks out a little bit, and this is nice and tied off. I'm not going to put any water in it because I just sealed that up with the silicone, so it's going to probably take about 24 hours. Pretty sure that's what it says on the thing, but who reads those? Who reads the directions anyway? So I'll just let that sit for a bit, and honestly, I think we're ready for pigs. Well, already. And just so you guys know that they're going to actually stay in here until they get bigger than this. And then once they get big enough, they'll go get all of that over there. You have that old original shelter over there. I actually intentionally leave dropped trees. That way they can rot and somewhere for them to like root and stuff. And they do a lot of rubbing, and I really like those trees for that. But I guess it's good. We're only getting 2, and I've actually told some other friends of mine that how we actually got these pigs, and it's from some really close friends of ours. They raise quite a few pigs every year, and they asked us if they want to do a little a bartering. So I was like, yeah, sure. So we're getting 2 pigs, and they got a steer. Now I know what you're thinking. The math doesn't math there, but I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the community. So hopefully they get a good yield out of that steer, and I know we're going to be fine with the pork that we get from these 2 little piglets. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of this right now and find out where Jamie's at, because she's at a doctor's appointment. I think she just texted me, and we'll see what else we can throw in this video.
Alright, y'all, so it is the next day. Jesse got most of the pig stuff done. I think all he has left to do is fill the water up for them, and then once they get here, we're gonna do some shuffling of the goats. So Jesse's currently prepping for that. So we are very close to breeding season. Right now, if I was to put the bucks in with the does, it would be the end of February is when we would start to kid, and I don't want February kids. I want March babies, just because here it is still fairly cold. We sometimes even have snow on the ground in February, and even though we have the barn, I would just rather wait until it gets a little bit warmer. But we only have 3 bucks, and they are in a very large area. And now that we have finally gotten some rain, You can't even see them in there because it is just so overgrown. They are not able to keep up with it. So we have the pig pasture, which we use for breeding too. But because it's so overgrown in there, guess who does need a lot of grass right now? The cows. So after we get the pigs put in here, we have a little pig area in here as well. So we'll put the piggies in there, and then the boys will go in this pasture, so we can put the cows in the boys' pasture and let them eat that down. It'll only take a day or two for them to really clean it all out. But because we are so close to breeding season, the boys are stinky. The girls have already started really hard heat cycles. Jesse is back here putting up a single strand hot wire. So it's just single strand, but it should be enough to deter the boys from getting too close to the fence area. Excuse me, Prim. Hi, sweet girl. So that is the plan, but we're going to wait until we get the pigs over in that little catch area because nobody wants to be rubbing against stinky bucks while trying to move piglets. At least I don't want to be rubbing against stinky bucks.
I don't mind. Good morning, everyone.
So that is the plan for today.
Alrighty, we got a line. And I did this right here. And then on the other side, I'm gonna put the energizer. Let's do that. Ugh, my hair's horrible. Anyways, there we go. It's going all the way. And hopefully it's nice and hot. That way when those bucks see those girls and that mood sets in, they get a little shock.
So the last thing we have to do before the piggies get here is fill up their water. And thankfully there's already water in the hydration station, so we don't have to go down to the creek. We can just hook it up to the side-by-side and come fill this guy up. And I've got a big water bowl a little bit further down for the boys when they get moved over here. That'll last them a few days. I just have to make sure I don't fall up the hill. We're going to close that so nothing climbs in there. Come on, Dabo. Link, you don't even ride up here. Got it. Let's go.
Dabo!
Come on. Come on. I'll walk so you can ride.
Let's go, boy. What are you doing, baby?
Lincoln!
You looking at my butt?
Always.
These aren't the pants for that. They're too baggy. That's why they're work pants and not outside pants.
Why, you want other people looking at your butt?
Of course. Oh, it's nice and dry in there. After all this rain. Alrighty. Now that we got the straw in place, we got one more thing to do.
Nap?
No, we gotta wait for the pigs. That's it. Alright, see you then.
So much lunchtime. Food, they did nap.
Yeah, these two are the specialists.
Yeah, I do.
Stepping stone. Nice. Good call.
Gabby. Why are your licks so aggressive? Alright, y'all. So, the new piggies are officially here. They are red wattles. We've never raised red wattles. I really prefer Berkshires or Herefords, but we bartered for these guys. So, this will be interesting to see how fast they grow out and how big they grow. Because I really don't know much about red wattles. If there's anything particular I should know, if you've raised them before, let me know in the comments. Pigs, we've raised pigs on and off for years. We raise them every year for butcher. We don't breed them, so it's usually whatever we can find to grow out for that season is what we usually grow out. And because we bartered for these guys, it's what we are growing out this year. So it's always a new adventure. But it is getting late in the day. We had some friends stop by and we chatted for probably a little bit longer than we should have, but it happens. So we are already milking, and by we, I mean Jessie is already milking all of the cows. So I'm going to end this because we got cows to milk, and then it's family night. So
I totally forgot to finish up that video.
yeah, you like just putting it down and then going, oh yeah, you need to finish that video out. Okay. That's how usually how it goes. So I'm going to end this video. So if you liked it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We put out videos every week. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.